Hi, this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers in the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is only video 2 of our Vintage Book Pages series. This is my LineDotArrow Design Team project number 2 from for LineDotArrow this month. Okay, in video 1 we put the book together. We've got our coffee dyed pages and our signature cover and our centerpiece, which are both cardstock. And the rest of it is going to be cardstock, coffee dyed, stenciled, whatever. So we did that. We also did page 1. I found this fancy little paper clip. Let me hold it up. Can you see it? It's got a little heart on it to hold this shut. There was no way to do it with a Velcro dot, because that left one of these flip downs, or the flip down, open, because the flip over covered. Let me show you. When we put our flip down, there was no way to put a dot to hold it shut. If you put the dot here, which is where you'd have to put it to close here, then this part stuck out. Do you see what I mean? So what I did instead was, let me show you how I put the butterfly on, and then this flips down, and I put this on, this paper on, and then it flips out, and I put that paper, the same paper on it, and I added a stamp, and so that gives you this, and this as writing area. So that's what I decided to do, and I added this tag that matched the whole thing. And this little paper clip is fun. This little paper clip back on. Keep catching the other page is what the problem is. Ah, come on, little heart. You can make it to the top. I'm doing it wrong somehow. I keep doing it wrong. There we go. Ta-da! And then we did the next page, which was a stencil. We did this page, which is the double pocket. I ended up putting this in here, and I stenciled the inside of it. And I didn't put a card in the top, but I'm thinking of putting a card shaped like a tag and just cutting one. But I'm looking for a scrap that isn't one of these two, because that's what we've used on the previous 2 pages. So I'm just waiting on that to get a scrap. Okay, so then we're going to start on, this is page 4, which is another stencil page. And I used a different stencil on that one. So then we're going to be on page 5. So I went through 2 and I paper clipped the number pages on the pages we were going to be doing things on. I forgot about these in my numbering system. My notes for this are a giant mess, so hopefully we'll get through it. So page 5, remember, is what we were going to originally do for page 1. So we're going to number 6. No, so we can take that off. So we're going to be working on this page here. So we'll take it out and we'll put this across, and we'll move this out of the way somewhere. Okay. And then we're going to, we don't need this yet. We're going to take and make a pocket that is also a tuck. So what I did was I cut a piece 8 inches wide, because I want a 4-inch wide pocket, and then 5 inches tall, because that's how tall I want it to be. So we're going to fold it in half, And then we're going to ink it. And this is grungy, remember, so we want to ink it pretty good. Kind of grunge it up. We're not going to have to ink the inside, except I'm going to ink the inside of the top just because, well, I'm just going to ink both sides. I'm going to ink the inside of the top because we might be able to see it when we're putting our card or tag or whatever inside, taking it in and out. So I'm going to ink this across here on the inside. Now we're going to glue this together as a top pocket. So that means we're going to glue here and here. I don't know how much we're going to get done. We may get more, you know, I may need to stop the video and figure out more pages. We're definitely going to be able to work on more than one signature, that's for sure. I forgot about how many pages in a coffee dye book are writing pages. They don't all have stuff on them. That's the whole point, isn't it? I've never done one before, so I forgot. Alright, so we're going to paper the front of this. We're going to use this. What are we doing the front? Yes, we are. Okay, we're doing the front. So we're going to paper this with this so that we've got the flowers on here. So we're going to move it over. And then we're going to cut it. So we're going to cut it here, and we're going to cut it here. And I did take my medicine about an hour ago. That helps me kind of calm down a little bit. But I think it isn't working so well today. So if I'm a little hyper, I know a little hyper on a video for me is not that apparent. You wouldn't believe my regular speaking voice and my non-video voice. It's so different. It worked out. Let's see, that's the top. So let's ink this. And we'll glue it on. And remember, we have our minis, which is our mini ephemera, little tiny. I don't know how much of it we'll be able to use because it is so tiny. There's tiny little tabs. They're so cute. Okay, now we're going to glue this on as a tuck on this page. Doesn't look like I inked this enough. Yeah, the other side either. I was going to say the either side either. Because, you know, like you do. Alright. So now we're going to glue this on as a tuck. So we're going to glue this side. So we didn't have to ink it, but I wanted to make sure I got the right sides inked. We're going to glue them on like this. And then I forgot to set aside paper for the tuck in the card. And then down here, I think we can use this music paper part. I don't want to cover the flower really. Could put it over here. No, it's got the leaf on it. That would look weird. It would look weird. So I had set this aside to make a little tuck. But look how big it is. So cover the flowers. Let me look in here. My bucket of ephemera. I think this stack is what I'm looking for. We're going to have to make one. And I don't have anything to make it. I still don't have any scraps. Cut that down a little bit more. Ink it and put a mini on it. So we could cut it here and then cut it here. Where did I mark it? Okay, cut it there. The dogs are going thumpity thump thump. Look at Frosty go. That was my random music / video reference for the day. Yeah, that looks better now that we scruffed it up. And since it's going to be a tuck, let's round it. I didn't round this one because I didn't want to. corner. And then we'll glue this on here. If the glue will come out. I'll glue this on the corner. Oz's little hairs is caught in there. Little Oz hair incorporated into the book. You know, I did something I don't normally do. The video for Spring Bloom, or the journal, I sent to my friend who's a journal maker, so I intentionally didn't finish the rest of it. I sent her the ephemera and the paper that goes with the book. I didn't just send her the kit so that she could make something. It's to go specifically to finishing that book. And she's going to finish it off in her style, which is a lot of add-on. So I don't know how that's going to work because it's a manila folder book. But we'll see what she does. She's amazing. Her name is Joy Alderson. And she's from Junk Journal with Joy. And she is going to do something with it, and then I'm going to try to get her to do a flip through, which I didn't think about, and put it on her page, or her YouTube channel. Okay, 6 is just going to be a writing page. There isn't going to be anything on it. Oh, I went through and I inked all the coffee dyed papers, which smells so good, along with the lace that we're going to use here in a minute. Yeah, right now. So anyway, she's going to do all that, and I think it's going to be interesting and fun, which means the Spring Bloom, which was the LineDotArrow video craft along before this one last week, doesn't have any kind of a flip through because it's not done. I meant to make a flip through. I really, really did. So now for this page, we're going to stencil the bottom. I've gotten several stencils out for this one. I think there's 3, and we'll be using those. All 3 of them. All 3 various ones throughout the book. I've been trying to do the flowers a little bit darker, or what kind of represent the flowers. And I think I'll do the whole thing and then go back and do the top. Wow, for some reason my crown area is hurting. I got it done last week and it hasn't hurt until today. It's kind of weird. Must be my sinuses probably. You know, putting pressure right there around above my gums. I'm going to do that lighter. anyway, I think it's going to be interesting to see what she does with that. And I'm going to get at least some photos out of her. And of course, we'll link it from Sweet Pea Paper's Facebook group. If she does a flip through, we'll post it in there so the members can see it. If they don't see the videos, they'll probably be like, what is this? Oh, I like that with the darker where the balloons are. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to take this paper and we're going to make a corner topper. Now, I haven't ever made one of these before, so this will be interesting. So we're going to make a decent sized one because I'm just moving it. Let's trim it from this side so we can see where we're cutting. I want to I'm going to mark it how far down I want it, and then I'm going to kind of measure it. I want it to be big. Let's see how far that is. Get some kind of a number that's a good number from that. 3.5. No. Well, we'll just mark it at 3.5 from the top there. And then we'll go over 3.5 here. And I will cut it on the paper trimmer. I'm going to cut it from one dot to the other, and that will give us our triangle. Okay, so let's see how big this is. Yeah, and then we will turn it. Oh no, let's cut this in half. Then let's take this. In order to make it a corner topper, we're going to need 2 that fit together. So we'll draw this line across here. And then remember, this is the inside, so it doesn't matter if you see the line a little bit. So now these two should be the same size. Okay. Did I do it the wrong? No. Okay, so we're going to glue them together just along the edges like we were making a tuck. Or a pocket. You think a pocket? Then that will allow us to put the corner of the page up into the corner of our topper. Let's let that dry for a second. And then we're going to put lace across it on both sides. Wonder if we should put lace around all 3 sides. If we do that, we need a smaller lace. Yeah, this is going to be too big anyway. Smells good though. Smells like coffee. So we've got this right now. And then let's check this now. We should be able to slide this if we can get it in there over the corner of the pocket of the page. Come on. Why didn't that work? Because we used the paper and the paper was bigger than this paper. Okay, so let's do it this way. And it's going to be a lot smaller. We need to cut it off right there and then re-glue it. Yeah, that's not going to work. It's going to be too small. Well, depending on how we put the lace on there, but still, I need to glue this together. I'll probably go back and make another one. To replace this one, because this one isn't as big as I wanted. Because we measured it, the corner on here, you see, and this paper was bigger than this paper. No. Why didn't it fit? That's very strange to me. I mean, I realized the glue wasn't going to let it go all the way down. So it was going to stick out a little bit, you know, out this way. However wide the glue line is. But I didn't think it would stick out that much. How did we do it again? There's a trick to this. There must be a trick. Otherwise, we're just going to keep cutting it smaller and smaller. I'm going to have to go back and watch a video on how they measure it, because why doesn't it work? Oh, it does. I just wasn't pushing it down far enough. Oh, I pushed it through the glue. This was sticking up out through the glue. Okay, well, I will go figure out how to make one of these, and then we'll come back. It should. We could just make a tuck on both sides, but I really wanted to make a corner topper. It would actually be a double tuck, because we'd have a pocket here that we could put something in. and then we would have the pocket itself from gluing it on. So let's do that. I'll figure out how to measure for that. I don't know. If anybody wants to make a comment below and comment on what the heck I did wrong, then that would be great too. So let's glue this on as a tuck. That's really a bummer. I thought for sure, oh, you just cut two pieces that are the same as the corner. But then it didn't stick on. Don't know why. Right, we'll make something that goes this way. Let's take this. We're going to cut it straight across. Going to make something interesting and weird. I didn't ink this. It looks like it needs to be trimmed a little bit right there. Okay, now do I have to re-glue it? Yeah. What a mess for such a simple thing. I think the glue's too far over right there. I made kind of a mess out of it. I made kind of a mess. No, I really made a mess. You know what we could do is we could just stick it up on the one on the inside. Okay, so this will go how did we have it? This went up inside the point, didn't it? See, we had cut that straight down. So how was that possible? Yeah. Now I took it out to ink it. think I said I've, so that would be I've taken it out to ink it. Won't be able to get it to go back in. I just won't be able to get it to go back in. I just realized I was muttering to myself and you probably couldn't even hear me. Pretty soon I'll have to start using my regular voice, which is much louder. Much. And I don't, like I said, I don't know why, but when videos are getting broken up into 2 parts, the second part is always like super quiet. I have to try to adjust the audio. That, and then it fit down in between there. It kind of looks like an envelope that way, doesn't it? Okay, so we'll do that. We'll call that a pocket and a tag. And we'll leave that as a writing page. Just a plain writing page. We're apparently allowed to have those. Makes me crazy to just leave a page blank. You guys know that, I'm sure. So we did 7. So we've done 5. And we've done 6 and 7. And on 8 we were going to make a card for our topper. So we'll have to figure out something to do for 8. What was I going to do for 9? That won't work. Yep, 9 and 10 have to be, well, they end up being 13 and 14. I'll think of something to do for here. And then we'll skip this for right now. I'm thinking of adding a little notepad or something other than just leaving these 2 writing pages. But I'll figure out something to do on this page so that it isn't so, you know, blank looking. We'll do something. And then we'll go here. So that means we have page 8 left to do. So let's write on here for page 8. We're going to put a line through it, and then we're going to put move in videos. And that way I remember. And then we'll put page 8 here. No, we better not do that because we had this other page. That's 6, 7. Oh, that was 8. So we know we still have something left to do for page 8. And then 9, 10, 11, 12, page 13. We're going to attach an envelope as a flip. So let's work on the envelope. So I've inked it most of the way. I'm a little flustered right now. Get all this stuff cleared out so I can think. Okay, so we've got our envelope. On the back of the envelope, we're going to put it on the page like this. Okay, so this is going to be our top. And this will be the top. Okay. And then we're going to glue along here. That's why I don't have it inked, because it's going to be on the page. Okay, so we're going to take the back, and I inked it, but you'll see there's not enough room really to put stuff in and out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down an inch on this side from the fold. And then down an inch from the fold. Draw a line. And then we're going to cut those little pieces off. And that will give us more space, because I'm going to paper right across this because I don't want to do all that V mess. Boy, everything's moved. I bumped my camera again with my big fat head, and now everything seems so far away from me. You know, working on my work surface. I'm probably working off of my surface half the time, or out of camera. Still on my work surface, but out of the camera. I apologize. I'm just not used to it yet. I know I should just move it again. And that's why when you're inking, you don't want to ink too much. I did get a little bit right there of the angle because I'm trying to decide whether I want to ink there, just ink there, or if I want to that was funny. That's the lid, Terry. I've done that enough times. There's probably... I'm going to be covering that up. I don't know why I'm inking this. Oh, because that is going to be the top edge. I'm going to be covering the V up. Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to paper the front. I had it out already. And we're not going to use any specific part, but I thought this part, oh no, it's going to cut the peacock off. If we do this part, yeah, we can do that. I didn't cut the collages in half, so we could cut them wherever we wanted, but I pretty much could have cut them in half first. But I thought, you know, like that fold, we could have used we used that full page of the cream colored page to fold in half to make that. So when we're going to make something, you never know. How big of a paper you're going to need to maybe fold it for something else, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. In my mind, it's perfectly clear. I know exactly what I'm saying in my brain. Me, myself, and I understand it perfectly. All three of us. So we want to get that right side up. So we're going to have to paper the inside of the envelope. So what I thought we'd do is take some of the paper from the front and put it on the inside on the back. That seemed like a good idea to me. Now, we need to put something on this, but I think I'm going to use some acetate so we can see the paper. And I think what I'll do I want to do a belly band on the envelope, or do I want to do a pocket? Let me look and see what I've got left for acetate. I have all these odd sized pieces left. I could do a pocket from this one right there. It's almost perfect. I had to order some, and I ordered some overhead projector sheets because they were the 0.5 mil, which is the little bit thicker. Oh wow. I'm not going to have to cut that at all. I'm just going to have to cut this little bit of red off, left over from where I measured it from something else. And then the width is perfect. I really just don't know how that happened, but I'll take it. I'll take it as a good sign. That magenta ink is making me crazy. I may have to take some acetone and see if that takes it off my skin. Probably. It would take my skin off my skin. put this on and then mush it out. I find Fabri-Tac, believe it or not, works really well on acetate for not leaving a poo. I just made a bigger mess. Maybe if I'm careful this time. There we go. Okay. And then we can just make a card for this. Or what do we have? What about those smaller tags that we have? We could use one of these just to be odd. Let's use this big one. Make it, how is it making that noise when it's on that pad? Oh, that noise. That terrible, terrible noise. Now, we're going to take this side and we're just going to glue a little bit, and we're going to glue it over the page. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to cover this first. Okay. So we're going to glue this across here. But now we have to cover this instead of leaving a border around, because we won't have a border across the top. So we might as well just paper it, in my mind. But we all know what goes on in my mind, all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, and then let's take some of this from the front. Some of this, let's use this. And we're going to cut this an 1.25 inches wide. So I want to cut the 1.25 inches first, so we're not cutting into this stuff. And sure, I marked it. And of course it's going to leave it open right there, but we won't see that, remember? Alright, that works perfect. So let's ink everything. This is really pretty. And there is writing on it. And the envelope is going on the paper this way, so let's make sure our writing, we don't have to ink that side. Let's make sure our writing is the right side up, and we put it in the envelope. We're actually at our hour, so we'll glue these two pieces on, and then we'll start with gluing the envelope on the thing so that it works on both pages in the next video. Okay? And now we'll ink and glue this on. And we'll probably put something on the back of the envelope too, maybe a belly band on the back. Okay, so we'll get this glued on. Kind of in a quiet thing today, so I'm sorry that oh, I think I might have made a mistake here. No glue in the center. We don't want to glue this little part shut here. We need to glue, let's wait for that to dry. We need to glue this by gluing the envelope, not the paper. Because we don't want to glue that little V area shut. We want to be able to put our stationery in there. Which I'll just print out probably this page that we've been using on a piece of coffee dyed paper, and that'll make our stationery because it's a little bit thinner. Alright, well, I'm going to let this dry. Do you see what I just did? May have to cut a new piece, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be fine. Okay. And then I'll let that glue dry. And then I'll re-glue it. That glue's going to be wasted as well. But I'll just let everything dry. I'll glue that on. And I'll print out the stationery. And then we'll pick up with that next time. Okay? Alright, that's it for this video. It's crazy crafting video. Craft along with Terry, right? Crazy Terry can't get anything figured out in her head today. So anyway, that's it for this video. And I'll see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.